So my condition here is whenever the rating becomes hot, I need to update my type equal to prospect and account should be active. Okay. Whenever rating, if I make rating equal to hot, account equal to yes, active equal to yes, and type equal to prospect need to be update automatically. Now you can see, right? So what I'll say now, where I need to go to create a workflow setup, workflow rules, new rule, on which object? Account object. Click on next. Rule name is account rating is hot. Whenever created, yesterday we saw created, now I can say whenever the account is created or edited. So it means that every update on account will result to the same. Now we'll see account rating, right? Account column rating equals hot rating sorry, not needed. If the account rating equals hot, save and next. I am adding a workflow field updates, new field update, update account type, update account type. Which field I need to update? I need to select that field. Which field? Type, right? Type. To which value? That we need to select. Let's say prospect. Save. And I also need another one. I also need to create another one. Nothing but a active is yes. This is now I need to select another one. Account active. Where is active? Here it is. And I need to select yes. Save. Now two field updates I created. Done. Activate. Now I'm not doing anything here. Let me say I'm also updating no. And I'm keeping this as a other. Now what is the rating here is hot. The expectation is that account should be yes, active should be yes, and prospect should be type equal to no. Let's say I'm making this to warm, silver, save, save. So now it just normal. Now what I'll do, edit. Now I'm changing to hot. Now workflow conditions are met. Now I'm saving. I'm not changing account and type. I'm just changing. You can see the field. The records has been updated. You can observe the changes right in the record. Whenever the record criteria met, it actually doing this stuff, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Now there is another workflow. Yesterday we saw created. Today we saw created and edited. And let me go to the yesterday workflow rule. Okay, workflow rules. Send creation email, right? Here you can also have time dependence workflow. Let's say I'm deactivated. Now what I'll do, I'll edit the time dependent workflows is nothing but I can add time trigger saying that 30 days after, naito 1 hour after rule trigger date. I mean it will execute after 1 hour. I mean it's a time based reaction. New task, assigned to whom? Only one user is available. Like subject is time based trigger in process, low due date, rule trigger date plus 2 days. It's from time based workflow root. Save. Now what I will do in yesterday trigger, if you want to fire, what you need to do? You need to create a new workflow warehouse record, right? That's it. You don't want to do anything. You need to create a new warehouse record. I need to select my skills, workflow rules. Yeah. Now we can see I'll create a new workflow, new warehouse record here. DIAC Chennai. FIAC. Food Corporation India. I can give a mail as Lakshmi Deepak at procodingskills.com. So what happened? Now I'll be having one mail ready. I'll be getting only one mail. I'll not get all mails. I'll get only one mail. I got one mail. What about the field update? What about the other mail? Task need to be created, right? In FIAC Chennai, one task. What is the next task you need to create? That update from a time-based workflow. You can see that will not create because it will create after 1 hour. Here you can see time-based workflow. Here you will be having which object is that? Object like contains warehouse search. Now you can see scheduled date 1:28:89 p.m. but submitted is 7:09 a.m. So at 8:09 a.m. don't worry guys, this time will be deferred what our time now. So now you can see 8:09 a.m. 8:09 a.m. only it will gonna trigger. You understand, right? The time-based workflows here. So do action now, but the results will be scheduled and it will come later. Clear? Clear or not? Hello?
Clear. Clear.
Yeah. So another thing we need to observe, what if I change my record? Now what I'll do, I'll change my rule. Now my workflow condition is that workflow email should not be null. Here workflow email is null. After saving, do you think the time-based workflow will exist? Such. If any changes in the record, if the condition is not meeting to the workflow rule, it means that it will not gonna execute. It will gonna descope from the time-based workflow action. Clear to this point?
Yes.
Yeah. Why we need workflow rules here? Why we need workflow rules? Workflow rules are automated business action which helps to automate your business, that field updates and sending a communication to a user and ensuring that they have a proper task created at the right time. Right? So that you will not gonna miss out. Let's say I have an opportunity today, but I need to follow up the customer by tomorrow. What if I don't follow up by tomorrow? I'll be losing him, right? In the competition world, we should not miss any type of lead. So what we'll do, we'll set up a group of people saying that, hey, this is your resume. Whenever there is a task created, it's your responsibility to take care and it need to be converted as an account for the customers, right? This is how we need a workflow rules to automate and sending a proper communication. Whenever there is an update in your record, you need to receive an email saying that, hey, so and so an update has been happened by this person. Right? All this sort of communication you can able to achievable through workflow rules. But we do have a second alternative option. But for now, the workflows is the automated business actions. Clear to this? Shiva? Yeah. Clear, Aidi?
Clear.
Yeah. So let's say now I had a problem. If I edit my account, I can change from hot to warm, warm to cold and everything, right? Whenever I select rating equal to hot, I need to say user, hey, phone number, fax and website is mandatory. Whenever I select my rating equal to hot, I need to say, user should enter the phone number, fax and website only if the rating is hot. So you can't make the field is required at the page layout. The reason behind, it's a conditional required, right? So in Salesforce, we have an option called validation rules. In Salesforce, we have an option called validation rules. Clear? So let me go to validation rule. To go to validation rule, setup, account, validation rules. I'm creating a simple validation rule now saying that phone number is required whenever the account is new. Phone number is required whenever the account is created for a first time. It's a simple validation and then we'll convert the rating and all those stuff. First we'll say phone number is required if account new account. I mean new account in the sense whenever I'm creating for a first time. Whenever I'm creating for a first time. Clear is here you need to check the three condition, guys. Here you need to check the condition. First one is this is account creating for a first time. I mean the particular account record is creating for a first time. The second one is that is phone number blank. How many engineering students we have here in the class? How many of you engineers? Hello guys, respond please. Acknowledge is more important while listening. Now, if you remember our 10th class or like intermediate, we have and, we have or, right? We have not, nor, okay, and. So we are going so many things, but actually we don't need anything. We need only these three in Salesforce. And or not. What is and? Every condition should be true. Then only the final value will be true. What is and? Every value, any one of the condition is true, then you will get an answer called 1. Not means if it is true, makes false. False means it makes true, right? First we need to say and. Generally what we'll say? 1 and 0. What is the final value? What is the final value 1 and 0? 0. But in Salesforce, how we will write, and of 1 comma 0. Instead of keeping in the center, we used to separate values by a comma. Clear?
Clear.
So now we'll do. So I understand how many conditions we have. 2 conditions. If this condition should be true, then only we need to say this value record is wrong. So and what is the first condition? Account is new or not. So if we can see a functions, we have Salesforce provided a function called is new. Is new. There is a function called is new. Checks if the record is new and returns true if it is new. Otherwise the returns equal to. And if you are creating for a first time, use new is always true, else it becomes false. First condition is came up. What is the second condition? Phone number is blank or not. If you can see, is blank is also available, right? Is blank is there or not here in functions? You can use that and instead of expression, you can say insert field, phone number, right? Phone. And ensure that you have to remove this no matter what. And check the condition. No errors, right? No errors. Please enter a phone number if you are creating account for a first time. Now, field. In which field I need to throw error? I need to throw error at a field, phone level, say. Now what I'll do, I'll go and I'll try to create a new account. New sales account, testing, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is a new account, right? If I click save, I need to get error. That's the condition. Please enter a phone number if you are creating an account for a first time. Let me go to the accounts, existing account, Food Corporation India. Do I have a phone number here? Do I have a phone number here? If I edit, if I save, I don't have any problem here, right? I don't have any problem because this is an edit. But the validation rule what we written is only for a new accounts. Clear? Now let's say I'm editing the account. I can able to change my name, right? India to, I can say India 123. I can able to update my phone number. But I should say to the user saying that you should not update your account name once created. Like generally, whenever you created your email account or something, you can able to change everything, but not your username, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
How to do that? So when you can say that value is changed, how can you know that the value is changed? After comparing your old value with a new value, after comparing your old value with a new, what is there before, what is there now? The difference between, if you find any difference, it means that there is a change. If there is no difference, means no change, right? Clear? Now, let me change. I'm creating a new validation rule. Account name not to change is my validation rule name. First, I need to get what is my old account name, and second one, what is my current account name. These are the two things that I need to get, right? Here also I need to use and. I can use and. So here you have an option called prior value. We have an option called prior value. Prior value. Prior value of what you need? You need prior value of account means you will get this one. You don't need unconditional here actually. Prior value of name means the old value of an account not equal to name is a new value. Clear? Okay. You are not allowed to change the account name once created. Field I am saying account name. Say. Now what happened if I try to change my account name? You can see I'm just trying to change my account name to XYZ. Say. You are not allowed to change the account name. You are getting this error, right? But this is one way of doing. The one way of doing is like this. What is the other way of doing validation rule? For the same thing, I'll show you the different approaches. For the same thing, I will show you the different approaches. I'll say that name cannot be changed. Sorry. Name cannot be changed. Here you have an option called ease change. There is an option called ease change. You just keep name field. That's it. Ease change validation saying account name cannot be modified. Save. Now I'm gonna deactivate this validation rule. Deactivate. Save. So prior value is deactivated. The new validation rule which is active saying that is changed validation saying that. So what I'll do, I'll try to change my account name. 1111 save. Is changed validation rule saying the account name is firing an error. Let's say I'm activating this. This validation I'm throwing at the top of a page. You can see error location is at top of page. This validation error message is at account name. Right? So what I'll do, I'll activate this validation rule also. I'll activate this validation. Now I can see the locations are different. One is at account name, the other one is top of a page. So you can see both errors. So what if I change my location of a validation rule top of a page to a field name? Now I can go to my fields, validation rules, fields, account name, save. Now I'll try to save. Do I get a 2 error messages or do I get only 1 error? You got the 2 error messages, right? So even if the validation rule is firing at the same place, all the error validations will gonna display at the right place. It will not gonna override the old one. Clear, guys? Why we need a validation rule? Validation rule helps you to check a data before data has been saved. Clear? To get a old value, we have a function called prior value. To check multiple conditions, we have a logical operators like AND or OR. AND always every condition should be true, whereas OR any one condition is true. Not means if the return value is true, you need to make it is false. Then you can make. Validation rule will only fire if the return value is true. Validation rule will only fire if the return value is true. Clear?
Account name అని change చేయడం.
Sorry?
Account name validation లో మనం change చేయడం.
I mean, so now I can say, now I wrote a validation rule saying that account name cannot be changed. If I have the same account name, then it will save. But sorry, I didn't get your question properly.